I'm Alan Robertson. I'm a member of the JDC negotiating team, and I'm here to discuss some of the plans for this week of the current contract campaign. The main issues we want to be talking about this week are the expenses that you're entitled to from your employers for costs of things at work, how to understand your payslip, know a bit more about the pension scheme, and also briefly look at some of the tax issues relevant for junior doctors. One of the other key issues that we've been doing a lot of work on recently is travel expenses and relocation expenses, and we'll briefly cover that too. The payslip is something you get every month. If you work in England and Wales, they look one way. If you look in Scotland and Northern Ireland, they look slightly different, but they all have the same key elements. It's very important to check your payslip to make sure you're getting paid correctly for the work that you're doing. Certainly at work, recently I helped a colleague who had, on looking at his payslip, thought there were some discrepancies, and when we looked into it in more detail, found that he'd been put on the wrong incremental point, and he got back pay for a year worth almost £2,000. So look through the guide that we've produced, look at your own payslip, see if you are getting paid correctly, and if not, come to the BMA for some advice. Travel and relocation expenses are a key part of the junior doctor's contract. The basic principle is that you're not disadvantaged financially for being on a rotation. The main costs that you can look at getting reimbursed for are the travel expenses of going to different places on your rotation. There's costs to do with when you're on call from home that can be reimbursed, and also if you have to relocate to a new area as part of your training, there's costs there that can be reimbursed too. So it's important to ask your employer about what costs they're willing to reimburse, and if you're not satisfied with the answer, then use the information we provide here to try and get a better result. Tax and pensions are complicated areas, but it's important as juniors that we're aware of what expenses we're able to claim on our tax return. Simple things like your annual GMC registration fee can be claimed, and that saves you 40% on that. The guidance lists some of the other areas that you can look at claiming on your income tax return. The NHS pension scheme is a valuable benefit of being employed by the NHS, and it's really part of the overall pay that we get. So it's worth looking just briefly through the guidance we've provided to understand a bit more about how the pension scheme works and what benefits it provides you with. For BMA members, there's a lot more information available on all these topics in some fact sheets that we've produced available on the BMA website. There's also support available from Ask BMA and in the Junior Doctor's Handbook. If you're not a member, then you can join up and be provided with all this support and advice to help you claim these expenses.